Yo, what's up everybody, KingGBL here, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Level 1 to Legend. This is the series in which we take a level 1 account in Pokemon Go and try to hit Legend. Now this week in Pokemon Go, we have the Little Cup and Master League. As you can imagine, that's not really good for a level 1 account, so we're going to be trying to get ourselves a very budget team for Little Cup. I got super fortunate recently. I caught myself a really high rank Peltian Wooper, which is going to be amazing for Great League, but luckily for me, the CP was low enough that I could actually build a Clodsire for Little Cup first, and then later on in the season, whenever Great League comes back, we can go on ahead, power it up to 1500 CP, and we're going to have a fantastic Pokemon for the remainder of the season. Currently, we're up to about rank 17 or 18 in Go Battle League, so I'm going to be showcasing some of the battles here with Clodsire and a very budget team for Little Cup. First of all though, we've had a few events in Pokemon Go. We had the Shroomish Spotlight Hour, and we've had the new Magnetic event, which is giving us extra XP for the first day, I think extra Raid XP for the second day, and extra Stardust for the third day. We've done our daily adventure incense as normal, and we're just trying to level up as many things as possible. We're getting a lot of Stardust now, and we're getting a lot of things that are helping to build this account. Let's have a quick look at the progress we've made over the last couple of days. We've even hit level 30 in this account, so we are able to catch Pokemon at their full CP. If you have been enjoying the Level 1 to Legend series, drop a like in the video, it's very much appreciated, it helps out these videos. These are not your typical Go Battle League videos, so they do garner less interest, but I do have to say, big thank you to everybody who has been commenting, liking, subscribing on this series. There's been amazing feedback for this and I really appreciate it. Unfortunately though, with this type of content category in YouTube, it's not the most popular category. Most people are looking for best teams, so if you do want to support this series and you do want me to keep this going, please drop a like, subscribe if you're enjoying it, and of course all comments are very much appreciated. Big thank you, and let's have a look to see where we're at with this account currently. As you just seen there, we hit level 30, that's absolutely fantastic. We can start getting full CP Pokemon now at this point, which is amazing. Unfortunately, we don't have access to XL Candy, which I do think is a little bit ridiculous. One thing that is a little bit tricky this week is, like I mentioned, we have two metas that are not very new player friendly. We have Little Cup and Master League. Thankfully, I'm so lucky to get that Clodsire, it's going to really help out. At the time of recording this video, I've already played some of these battles, and guys, I gotta say, Shroomish, this went so hard. I got a very high rank Shroomish, and if you guys didn't know, Shroomish gives you 500 XP, or sorry, Stardust. The Spotlight Hour was boosted Stardust, right? So double Stardust, that's 1000 a pop, plus 50% extra in the star piece, 1500 Stardust per catch here. It's just absolutely incredible here, honestly. I think by the end of this, I ended up with around 400k dust, so we're really building our account up here. We're up to level 30, we've got 400k dust, we're starting to get some really good Great League Pokemon. We've got a high rank Wigglytuff, high rank Clodsire, we've got a high rank Whiscash if we can get the candies for it. We have a lot of really good stuff we can start building, and I'm starting to feel very confident about this series now. I always felt that I could hit Legend on this account, but having caught all of these really good Pokemon, I feel like it's going to be much easier, and I think we can definitely do it. For those of you who are eagle-eyed here, we've got 402,000 dust. Super happy with this, and I just hope there are more events this season with things like in-game and more meta Pokemon like Wooper spawning in the wild. If we have an event with things like Barboach, Wooper, just stuff for me to get that extra candy, that's going to be so helpful. But anyway guys, let's hop on into the battles and let's see what we can do. So the team I'm running today is going to be Clodsire, Paris, and Carbink. I just hopped into this league, I looked to see what was close to 500 CP and I run it. It just so happened that the Carbink that I'm using was from a 10km egg back when I was a lower level. I hatched it, if you guys watched some of the earlier episodes. I think I actually did include the footage of that hatch, and for some reason it was 400 CP. I favorited it, I don't know why I favorited it, because I'm never going to be able to build one for Great League. I just so happened to hold on to it, and it actually worked out really well for me. We have Paris here with Bug Bite and Cross Poison. It's really not good, I don't recommend using it. But it kind of is handy if you can get 2 moves on it. I'm sort of half tempted to put 2 moves on it, because Seed Bomb is really good. Now, I was really surprised. I did not expect to see so many Shuckles here. You're going to see as the video goes along, we're going to see more Marls, more Shuckles, right? I've got a pretty decent win percentage, so I suppose it does make sense. I'm playing against a lot of experienced players who have these Pokemon built since forever ago, right? These Little Cups have been around forever. People have Marls built, people have level 50 Shuckles, Best Buddy. You're going to see me even face some Best Buddy Shuckles in this video and even beat them with this team, which is just ridiculous to think about. We're using a bloody Paris with whatever IVs I had. This is actually really good here for me. They bring in Leavanny, double super effective damage with the Bug Bites. We go for another Cross Poison here on the Marini. Marini, definitely a very cool pick, and a Pokemon that I considered using. The one Pokemon I do have in my arsenal, which I think I could build, is Golett. I think Golett could be very interesting. It is quite glassy though, and it's going to cost me a lot of rare candy. These Pokemon don't really spawn too commonly, so it's kind of a waste of resources for me, but I am sort of thinking like, the Carbink is fine, The Clodsire is doing really well in this team. It's just, you know, it's so bulky even in Little Cup, so it's amazing that I have this. But I think I just need something a little bit stronger. I didn't go super positive. I'm going to be showcasing about 3 sets here. Didn't go super positive, but as you can see, Carbink just farming stuff down. I'm seeing a lot of bugs and stuff around this elo. Of course, rank 17 in Go Battle League, you're not going to see hard meta every match. That's kind of the thing. I'm going to try my best to get up to elo reveal in the next couple of days. I'm currently up to, we'll get a nice little 5-0 here. I think after this we're up to level 18. I believe 18 to 19 is 25 wins, and then from 19 to 20, you need to play 5 battles basically. You need to play basically 1 set. Oh sorry, we're not even up to 18. So from 17 to 18 it's 20 wins, and from 18 to 19 it's 25. Now we see the core breaker in the next match. The opponent throws our move immediately. I'm going to shield this, because even though I've only got 1 move, which is Stone Edge, by the way, I think if you're going to double move this, I think you probably put Sludge Bomb on it, 1 for Marl, and you of course have the move for Shuckle. But guys, whenever I see stuff like this, bro, I just top left. Like, I don't be having time for this. I don't even want to play Little Cup. This cup is horrible. I just top left and just move on to the next one here. We have a Stunky with, I believe it's Bite. Now, what you should do, even if you only have 1 move, is build up to the Earthquake, threaten the 1-shot, unless you want the opponent to let the damage through, which in that case I did, right? I just want them to let the move go, get them lower. They come in with a Charm Cottony. Charm Cottony I think also is quite a decent pick. If I had a good Cottony, I may consider building it, but I just don't think I have a good one at the minute, unfortunately. The opponent will go for a move. It's going to be a double resisted Seed Bomb here. We just bite it the whole way down, and we'll see what the opponent comes in with. They come in with the Skorupi again. Skorupi again could be another decent pick for me. I don't actually have one, unfortunately, as well. I'm expecting this to be, an Aqua Tail resisted move, and they come back into the Skunky. The problem is, I'm starting to get super low, and I just don't think I'm going to be able to win this one, unfortunately. They're going to bite me the whole way down. In the next one, we do have another Skorupi. I just basically come in and sack the Paris here. Paris is just a damage sponge on this team. It done some really good work in a few matches. If you face it up against an Inkay, you can basically just bug bite it the whole way down, right? Because they're a Psychic type Pokemon and a Dark, you can just bite it the whole way down, double super effective damage. You'll have to shield a Night Slash. Well, you don't necessarily have to, but if you want to keep health on it, of course you would. They come into a Duskull here, which is pretty cool. It's on Astonish. This is very difficult for me to deal with on this team. Basically, Ghosts and Ground type Pokemon are just hard to deal with. Shuckle and Marl, funny enough, are some of the teams that I was beating. Right here could be a Nightshade. It's going to do a lot of damage, and I think we could be just in trouble here. The opponent comes into a Dino. Very meta pick in this cup. Compared to the Pokemon that I'm using, with the exception of Clodsire, of course. But yeah, very meta. They even live a Stone Edge, and that's GG's. Houndour in the next battle, something I can deal with here. The opponent swaps out, I swap out into Carbink, Stinky Binky comes in, Togetic just immediately top lefts the match, and I don't blame them. Stinky Binky was probably going to farm down the whole team. So you can see here, we are getting some wins. I'm just trying to not waste too much time. In the next one we have a Masquerain. You know, whenever I see Pokemon like this, I do wonder what's my ELO reveal going to be. We should be having the ELO reveal in the next day or two, so do let me know your predictions in the comments down below. I do anticipate it's going to be in around roughly about 2000 ELO. I don't expect it to be super high. Like I said, this is my first season on this account, right? I didn't even start from the beginning. I started a couple of weeks into the season. I haven't been able to get a lot of good Pokemon. I haven't been able to build up a lot of Stardust. We only just hit level 30. And, you know, we've been kind of struggling through the battles a little bit. I got destroyed by Talonflame for the entirety of last week, and this week we're going to be getting destroyed by level 50 Shuckle and level 50 Marl in Go Battle League. You know, one crazy thing about Niantic is, I don't know why they do these kind of things, right? They've done a massive move update this season, which basically revolutionized PvP. 50-second switch timer, which makes matches less RPS. They completely overhauled the Great League meta. However, this season, which I think is about 5 or 6 weeks in, we've had 3 weeks of Little Cup, 3 weeks of Little Cup. Niantic, what are you doing? Why do you do this to us? I really wish I knew the answer to that, but we're going to keep playing anyway. We're going to bring in the Paris, which is double super effective damage. They come into the Wiggly, and if they let this move go, and this would be super effective, of course, this will near enough one-shot them, I would say. I bring in my Stinky Binky, aka Carbink. We're going to basically come into the farm down. So guys, I've not been doing movesets on these videos, in the graphic, because honestly, I'm using single moved, and a lot of it's not really, the most relevant stuff in the world. Don't use Paris if you want to use a budget Pokemon. Use Clodsire, I think, with Stone Edge and Sludge Bomb. You'll be a little bit walled off by certain Pokemon, but you'll have coverage for Shuckle and Marl, which I think is really good. As I mentioned, we see the Inkay right here. We're just going to bug the whole way down. We're going to bug bite it the whole way down. Even come into a Zigzagoon, which is another XL Pokemon. Looking at the CP, it's a 500 CP Zigzagoon. This opponent here has got 2 XL Pokemon versus my Paris, my Clodsire that I just about threw together with a single move. and my Carbink, which just so happened to be below the Little Cup CP. We're facing off against some sweats here. Luckily enough, they didn't go for a dig, and luckily enough, the Marl's on tackle, which definitely would not be the correct moveset. You definitely want to put it on bubble because one of the more common Pokemons in this cup, one of the more common Pokemon in this cup will most likely be Shuckle, right? So you want to have bubble on this Pokemon. So I think the reason I'm able to do something against this team is the fact that the opponent's maybe not using the correct movesets, and they're maybe like a little bit less experienced with PvP. They don't really worry about the moves and stuff too much. In the next battle here, the opponent comes into the groupie. We bring in the Stinky Bingy, aka Carbink, and we're going to take the damage here. I'm expecting the opponent probably to get a boost at some point, so I don't want to shield the first one or the second one. The opponent does get a boost, and at this point, this is a good point to shield, right? Carbink is very bulky even in this cup, and because we have so much energy, we can put in a lot of work to Shuckle. Super effective Power Gem, quite a hard-hitting move now. Didn't do that much to Shuckle, to be honest. Oh, actually, this is a 354 CP Shuckle, so it's not fully powered up. You will see later on in the video, we do face like best body fully powered up Shuckles, which is ridiculous at this range, but all of the moves are resisted here. We've got the super effective Stone Edges. Now you'll notice that the opponent is a Bug type and a Rock type. Rock does not resist Rock, and Bug of course is weak to Rock, so it is still super effective. You don't go for Earthquakes or anything like that, just go for Stone Edge. The opponent comes into this, they are a Fairy type and a Grass type. Bug is super effective against Grass, but Fairy resists it, meaning it's going to be neutral damage. We do hit them with the double super effective Cross Poison, and we can basically Bug bite down the Rock type. So good games well played there. In the next battle here, we have a Toxapex, quite a decent pick for this cup as well. You could run it with Poison Jab, or you could run it with Bite like the opponent is doing so here. I think you run it with Poison Jab personally. I don't think Bite really helps us out. I don't really know what to do with this Pokemon. It's fairly bulky for this kind of cup as well. I'm going to overfarm as much as I can here, go for another Stone Edge. I don't know what the counts are for this Pokemon. They catch on a Clodsire. If I see a Clodsire, I immediately quit the match. That's how this team works. Now we have a Shadow Shuckle up to 400 CP. Quite a cool flex by the opponent, and they come into a Mawile. I don't have a great answer to it, of course. I have a Bug and Grass type in the back, which will get melted by the Fire Fangs. I've got resisted moves with the Clodsire. I correctly shield up an Iron Head, which would basically one-shot me. It's double super effective. We go for a Power Gem on the Shuckle, and these Rock Throws and Power Gems are going to really add up on this thing. So yeah, we're getting the Shuckle quite low. I think the opponent actually goes for an Undercharge here, or they go for the Rock Blast, undercharge it. I come in, and the opponent must be fairly experienced if they're going for plays like that. They come into the Cottony, they're going to get Poison Sting the whole way down. Like I said, it's double super effective damage. We're going to go for a big Stone Edge here, which, you know, it's not even going to knock this thing out, even though it is super effective damage. Even though these are baby Pokemon, and this is a Shadow, like, look how little that does. That's kind of ridiculous, right? I just mess around with the opponent here for a second. The opponent stops tapping. I just troll them. I just sit here and wait. I'm like, yo, bro, you're using Shuckle. Like, just give me a break here, dude. I'm going to wait down my switch clock, and eventually the opponent does concede the match. So I recommend probably not doing that, guys. That's an optional thing. You know, that is optional. I don't recommend doing that necessarily. But we do get a 4-1 here, which you love to see. We catch another Carbink, and in the next battle here, we do have a Weezing. This thing can no Shadow Ball. I do make a bit of a misplay in this match. I was expecting it to be a Shadow Ball. I come in just to eat the damage on the Carbink. If anything, bro, just eat the damage on the Paras. I just should sacrifice the Paras at every opportunity here. The Rock Throws pretty much keep up on damage with the Charms, and we can come in Poison Sting down. This will have Hydro Cannon. This will look to one-shot probably, so we just sting it the whole way down, and in comes an Umbreon. So we have a Paras in the back with Cross Poison and Bug Bite. Bug Bite is super effective against Dark, and yeah, I think we're in a very fine position here. We definitely just make 2 moves with this. If we land one of these Stone Edges like we do here, we come in, we Bug Bite the whole way down. I don't think a Foul Play is going to knock me out. Umbreon, not known for its attack weight. We just Bug Bite it the whole way down, and that's good games. In a funny kind of way, this is actually working out a little bit easier than the last cup. I just didn't have like the meta Pokemon for that cup. There were very specific Pokemon that you needed for that cup, right? You needed things like Abomasnow, Talonflame, Flygon, Pokemon that aren't really accessible, right? I don't know when the last time is we had a proper like Fletchling, Talonflame, a Fletchling event. Even on my main account, I think my best Talonflame is 1486 CP. That's a Pokemon that's not really that accessible to most people, I feel like, unless you've been playing for quite a long time. We did have some events recently, probably within the last year, that had Fletchling spawning in the wild, but we've never really had a focus on this Pokemon, like Spotlight Arm, or anything like that whatsoever. We haven't had the chance to get the Legacy moves, I don't think, for quite some time, or maybe we did during one of the World Championship events or something like that. You should always keep up with those, because quite often you can get some good items. Some of them give away charge TMs, which can be quite useful, and some of those events allow you to TM on Legacy moves with normal charge TMs. In the next battle here, I believe, is this a best body Shuckle? 463? You guys can let me know. I don't play Little Cup really. Is that a best body Hundo Shuckle? I mean, it's definitely very up there in terms of CP, right? It doesn't go to exactly 500, but shout out to one of the comments, you know, somebody in my comments a few days ago just said, like, if you run a level 30 or level 40 Shuckle, that is in itself overpowered compared to the rest of the cup. If you go on pvpoke.com, which shows you the rankings for Pokemon, it'll tell you that there's only like one Pokemon, if even. I don't think there's any Pokemon even that beat both Shuckle and Marill. Once again, guys, we see the Clodsire, we just quit the match. There's no point wasting any time here. But these Pokemon are definitely overpowered, so it might be a consideration to even use like a not fully powered up one or one with less optimal IVs. Night Slash coming in, we farm it the whole way down, double super effective damage, and because we have, of course, the poison move, we can look to one-shot the Primarina. They will charm us down. We do get the attack rise, which is pretty funny, and we're going to come in for the sting down. In this cup, you know, one thing that I learned is you probably just shield almost everything. These moves do about 50% to anything at the very least. Some of the moves, if you're using fully evolved Pokemon like Primarina, will just basically one-shot you, right? Like a Hydro Cannon's going to one-shot almost anything that's not resisted in this cup. So you just shield up these moves. This is very, very tricky. Can we farm it down? No, unfortunately not. Golett is a huge core breaker, and it may be something I look to build. Pineco in the next match, I have absolutely no idea whatsoever what moveset this has. It has Sand Tomb, which kind of took me off guard. I wasn't expecting that. Super effective damage in here. They let the move go and they come into Ralts, and then they come into Skorupi. They're on Infestation here, which is resisted by my Fairy type. They go for Aqua Tail, which of course is super effective on the Carbink. I believe I went for a CMP tie there, which is a little bit... Oh, actually I don't. I commit to the farm down, which is good. We're just going to commit to the farm down on this whole team. The opponent here is a Fairy and Psychic type. Fairy resists Bug, and Psychic is weak to Bug, so the damage will be neutral. I just want to put in as much fast move pressure as possible here. We're able just to commit to the farm down on the Ralts, and that's good games. So guys, I think after these sets, we're up to definitely, yeah, level 18, which is good. And yeah, we're about, I want to say 10% of the way through. So we're probably going to need like at least another 20-something wins to get up to level 19. So hopefully in the next couple of days, I will be able to make a push towards that. What I might do is build a Golett for this cup. On my main account, I just hit Expert. Big shout out to Jamie Finn who showcased my battles. If you want to check out my Expert run with a really fun team in the Sunshine Cup, go check out Jamie Finn's video with his fantastic commentary. But I'm just kind of having a look through here. As you can see, we did get that Cottony earlier, which is pretty clutch. We could power it up for Great League, or of course power it up for this, but that's it for now, guys. I hope you'll enjoy the video. Here's a look at our stats here. We're level 30, even getting very close to level 31. Hope you'll enjoy the video. Thank you very much for all the support, very much appreciated. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll catch you all next time.